Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends, on this lovely Saturday. So yeah, summertime, a bit less air, a bit more light in the room here. So welcome. Let's have a good one today, and let's get those ravenous void gloves finally. A hot Saturday here in Berlin again, followed by a little summer storm. So we got to cool off a bit, finally. And yeah, yesterday evening I managed to shoot that YouTube video, and it's in the works. And the editing and post-processing phase right now, and hopefully I'll be able to put it online tomorrow. Trying to do like a feature YouTube video for every Sunday of the week, so hopefully we'll get there soon enough. For now it's last epoch, baby. And guys, if you watched the developers stream yesterday, please let me know if they said anything else beside the development blog update, because yesterday, fortunately, I wasn't able to watch it. I was busy with editing. And finally, I think the sound is doing well, because on that China and Blizzard video, the sound was a bit bad just because the microphone I used for YouTube was very far away. I can tell you guys, with a directional microphone, with a shotgun microphone, if it's far away and you're far away from it, it's gonna sound far away, baby. Wow. So guys, I don't know what's happening with these modifiers, but a lot of damage, a lot of issues. Just give me 1 second, please, guys. Okay, so getting stability is not hard, just takes a while. And of course I already died in this echo, so then yeah, getting stability here is wow. You won't get any stability here, that's for sure. So if they all focus me, then it's a problem. I don't think the cast speed is an issue here. I do get some bonuses for cast speed, but still it's not really enough to actually recover my health using the prism wraps. So if it's that bad, maybe we'll switch to one. Now, so too many void touch colors. And of course we get 273 extra damage just because of the modifier here. And I think that's a little impossible, really. Yarbun, my friend, hi, how are you? How are things in Sushava? Greetings to you. Yeah, so 270% increased void damage, and if we get the void touch colors, they all focus us with fireballs, and it's hasta la vista, baby. Hey, good for you, good for you. Considering I've spent 30 euros because I bought it at full price, and I've already spent 250 hours in it, I think it's more than worth it. And who knows, maybe it's even going to get a bit more expensive closer to release. Did you get it over Steam or something else? And yeah, regarding the weather, here is very warm as well. But we did have an afternoon storm, like a summer storm, and the air cooled off a bit. Oh really? So you made progress in that crack game, and yeah, of course, because the saves are local files, right? And I think if you just yeah, they're in the same folder as the Steam version. So basically you have the same characters in single player. However, when multiplayer will hit, authentication will be done online, and of course you wouldn't be able to play the game online or in multiplayer if you still use the cracked version. So yeah, I think for, what was it, 24 euros? That's not a lot of money for a game that you can play potentially for thousands of hours. So you've made the right choice, I'm sure, especially if you like it. What level is your Blade Dancer right now? I thought you said you play Blade Dancer. Do you have a link for the build you're going for? If so, and if you want to post a link in the chat, just let me know, because I can give you like permission to post links. But I think Last Epoch Tools works, so if you have the link to Last Epoch Tools build tool, then you can just link it here and it should work. I don't think we're going to make any progress here with this modifier. 270% increased void damage, but we're going to try. We're going to try. Because I'm not familiar with druid builds outside werebear form. Not sure what else a druid has, like Spriggan form or something like that. Well, let's try and go slow and let's see if we can actually go and do this echo for a change. 111% increased damage overall and 270% increased damage for void enemies is just a bit too much. Do you have any other friends who are looking to play the game with you, Yerbon? Or because I've had people in the stream asking about the multiplayer just because they want to play with their own friends. Fast Fire Aura I want to hit. That's like very bad for a helmet. I don't care about Fire Aura or Lightning Aura for that matter. So we need to seal the ice gate. Well, it really depends on the void mobs we're going to get. But as long as we don't have many void touch scholars, or of course the clerics, or anything like that, not too many ranged mobs, then we should be okay. Just try and do it quickly, but yeah, let's not hurry. I'm actually curious about the Lich myself. The bad thing about the Lich, it doesn't really have many mobility spells. And I think that's an issue with Plastipop right now because I think the Sentinel has the most mobility skills. Then you have the Sorcerer with Teleport and whatnot. But I think many classes don't really have mobility skills right now. And that's an issue. We're going to have a lot of work with balancing the classes at some point, but in order to effectively balance the classes, they should actually release all of them first. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing the 1.0 version coming this year, that's for sure. I don't think it's going to come early next year either. Of course, depends on the release date of Diablo 4 as well. Actually, yesterday I spent a couple of hours after the stream when the video was done and the editing was done for the YouTube video. Actually went a bit across memory lane and did just a short playthrough through Diablo 2 Resurrected, Grim Dawn and Titan Quest. My other favorite ARPGs, let's say. Started the Necromancer and Diablo 2 Resurrected. And yeah, I just remembered how clunky that game is, since only because it's an old game. Combat itself is perfect, animation is perfect, the pacing is perfect, but potion management, oh my god, and all that stuff, it's pretty bad. Then I played some Green Dawn and I actually remembered why I love Grim Dawn so much. Grim Dawn is more of an intimate experience, I guess. It's best played in co-op with a friend or two. But even if you don't have friends to play Grim Dawn with, you just just start an online game and eventually someone will join. Join with a very nice guy with a very interesting build. A Spellbinder, that's a combination of the Necromancer and Arcanist, so we're talking about Grim Dawn right now. I had a Purifier, like Demolitionist with the new class Inquisitor, more or less. And that game is still being updated all the time. Quite nice. And then just for nostalgia's sake, I did play some Titan Quest. Titan Quest got re-released in 2016 as Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. It's a game from 2006 originally, and it has been re-released by THQ. The lead designer from Titan Quest was actually the lead designer behind Grim Dawn as well, so the concepts are really similar, dual classes and all that stuff. But that game is a bit old. Titan Quest animations are kind of clunky. Still fun to play. The setting is great, like ancient Greece gods, and then yeah, you go for ancient China. You have Ragnarok, like Nordic gods and all that stuff. It's very nice. I actually want to check something, because I was reading some recent reviews on Steam for Last Epoch, and there are some people that are actually kind of disappointed with the game, and I just wanted to show you something. So in Steam charts, if we go to Steam charts, let's just see how many players are playing. Let's say and then we're going to ask me for cookies and all that. I hope everything is off, just because in Germany, man, they hate cookies and all that thing with data. So let's see how many daily players Last Epoch has right now. Just out of curiosity, I guess you can see it. So I see the peaks are less than 1,000. So it's increasing a bit here, just because of the multiplayer being announced, but that's not a lot. So we can just look here for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So we had a plateau here in December, November, as they released in December they released the Temporal Sanction, the first dungeon of the game, and in August we also had a peak because they released chapter 9 of the campaign. Let me show you something else. What about Grim Dawn, a game that is more or less 10 years old, even if it was released officially only in 2016. What Grim Dawn has is a core of about 4,000 people who are playing it all the time, and most of them are playing it online, playing it with other people as well. And you can just see this increase here as well on the weekends here. I played last night, and yeah, another guy just joined my game. We were similar levels, we're playing Elite difficulty, and yeah. Let's see, like Titan Quest. For Titan Quest, THQ is still releasing expansions, yeah. They actually released an expansion, Ember or something. So again, you see about 2,000 people who are playing Titan Quest every day. So what these games have is a core following of people who actually play this game every day. And this is very interesting to me. Let's see. For Path of Exile, let's see something else. For Path of Exile, the leagues are released every 3 months or so. And you can see when a league gets released, top maximum player, then it starts to decline gradually. But I think Sentinel is very well received right now, so it's not dropping off a cliff. Then when another league comes, again, you can see here a league was released, here a league was released in January, here a league was released, and then you can see. But for Grim Dawn and Titan Quest, there aren't any leagues. Maybe some leagues that don't have to do with the game itself, but are organized by fans or streamers of the game. Something similar to the tournament for Last Epoch, organized by Vision GL every once in a while, every week or so. But I think this week we're just playing Masochist difficulty. So yeah, it's actually interesting to see if Last Epoch will be able to attract and keep more players than it has right now. Let's go for this Taj Echo right now. So this is what I wanted to say. I just went through the other favorite ARPGs of mine. Diablo 2, of course, you can't deny it, but when it comes to potion management and just especially as a necromancer at the beginning, is a bit weak until it gets that skeleton army up and all that stuff. it's still pretty good. So yeah, even if it doesn't really have a proper endgame beyond Ubers, is the gold standard for me. And yeah, I like the combat style more than in Diablo 3, where you just run across gazillions and gazillions of mobs that you have to yeah, you kill in an instant of a second. So I'm not really that kind of guy. So that's why I like Diablo 2 Resurrected, Grim Dawn's combat as well, more tactical. And of course Last Epoch is the newer kid on the block, let's say. It's actually interesting to see if it will be able to keep a large following of core players, let's say like Grim Dawn or even Titan Quest, which is surprising to me. But Titan Quest really does have a great setting. I sometimes like the setting of Titan Quest even more than the setting in Grim Dawn. Two different things. But when I'm streaming, yeah, I'm streaming Last Epoch. I like to be constant in the content I've chosen to show you guys. So that's why also today Elder Gaspar again, couple of extra kills, and this is the weekly stream, a longer one. So come on, let's have a good time. I'm not a big stream watcher myself, but sometimes when I'm playing a game I also like to start a stream. So I think streams like this are perfect when you're playing ARPGs and you're just farming away and you have someone to talk to in the background. That's great. You don't feel alone anymore. You see, there are other folks like you just farming away just like you do. I bet the grind doesn't seem so tedious anymore. So probably until multiplayer hits and we can all start from the beginning, new characters, online game, then yeah, I'll probably just farm those Ravenous Void Clubs just out of curiosity to see if it's worth it. But if they say in September that multiplayer will come in December, then I'll probably start a new class for a couple of months. Just simulate like a league or season or cycle. Let's see what these boots are. Solaron step. Something for the Sentinel. Minus 75% physical resistance. Wow. Are you serious? Just poison on spell hit. I think this is good for the Lich actually. I think the Lich hits with necrotic and or poison damage. I'm not seeing a lot of damage type convert in this game just yet. Something very popular in Grim Dawn, for example. Like my Purifier class is hitting with 2 pistols, dual wielding, yeah, 2 pistols, and since it's half demolitionist, half Inquisitor, demolitionist damage is based on fire, yeah, but you can convert that damage to anything else you want, really, depending on the weapon also that you have. And I can convert that fire damage to lightning, for example, and it's a build I'm going for to actually improve the lightning damage, convert it to lightning from fire damage. Very interesting. Okay, so we have this one as well, 89% increased health and damage. And I think there is another one with 96, but I just have to find it, so let's look for that. Okay, so we have this one 85, we have this one 89. We can do this when we're doing Gaspar to increase the item rarity. It's not something I'm keen on doing, but it's just what you have to do sometimes. So let's do this increase movement speed and damage one. We go a bit to the left, man. And yeah, get ready ever so slowly for another Gaspar fight. Well, let's do it the proper way and let's try to increase that item rarity chance to 500% or something. Because at 500% you can actually cap the drop rate for the Ravenous Void. The drop rate for the Ravenous Void from Elder Gaspar is 3%, 3 times in 100. And in order to cap that, to actually get that 3%, you need about 500% item rarity or increased item rarity. And in order to get that, yeah, you gotta get some crazy modifiers like these ones with 86% increased damage and health. So I don't think my survivability is doing so well with this one, just because my cast speed is reduced, really. So it's a bit weird. My damage is good, but my health regeneration when critting suffers because of the reduced cast speed. That's why the Twisted Heart of Icarus also has an affix that increases your cast speed, just because you need cast speed to generate more ward and also regenerate your health with the Prism Ward. So actually I think we're going to switch the wands back, just because I'm not feeling it with this one right now. Damage is good, it's a good one. I'm gonna keep it in, yeah, for safekeeping, let's say. But I think I need faster cast speed, just so I can generate more ward. Otherwise, ward is dropping kind of fast. Even if I have 43 intelligence, which helps with water retention. So yeah, I think in Last Epoch it also has to do a bit with how you're feeling the combat, how you're feeling, how much damage you're doing, feeling if your health is dropping, if your ward is dropping in my case. Sometimes you're trying to do the math in Last Epoch and it's really not what you think when you're doing, you know, all the arithmetic, all the percentages, and when you just play the game and you have to judge it with your own eyes. Because sometimes what you do on paper doesn't fit the reality of the game. Not sure if this is intended or not, but yeah, the game is still is in an unfinished state. So you see, I just got one-shotted, and actually I'm going to switch the wands now, because my survivability really had to suffer since I changed the wands. It didn't used to be like this, man, I can tell you. So I'll just keep the wand here with me for a bit, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use it. What I need is more cast speed. With this I have 55%, with this I have 23%. It's just not enough. Yeah, and actually if I cast the static orb I get 80% increased cast speed, and I think that's better. I think what's bugging me right now is this modifier with 111% increased damage for high health enemies. So we have to get rid of that. Yeah, so I'm doing a bit less damage, but you can see already I'm generating 2000 ward just by casting Lightning Blast a couple of times. And when I'm fighting bosses I can get up to 3000, even 3500 ward. And yeah, I think this is preferable, even if it's an idea less damage, like 80% less lightning damage. Because with that other one I just had no survivability at all. We need that ward to build up so that we can then regenerate health when casting without all that ward going to hell. Because with the other one I could get a maximum of 1500 ward at like fresh mobs, let's say, and that's not enough. You need more ward to actually not lose health from hits too, because you already lose health due to the Twisted Heart when you're casting, because it gets transformed to ward, and the idea is to get enough ward from the health converted to protect you from getting hits that drop your health even further until you regenerate the missing health with Prism Wraps. It's a fine balance. It's not something you can really write on paper and do some math, you know. It's actually, you have to feel it a bit by playing the game. And I was feeling that with that one, even though perfect on paper, my survivability, excuse me, had to suffer. So I'm already feeling better now playing with my old one. I got this one like 100 hours of game time back. So I basically kept it for 80 or 100 hours of game time. I tried, I think 2 or 3 ones were the runners up along the way. Of course I got a lot of ones, but some of them were actually perfect. I crafted them. But still this one is still the best for me. So lightning damage, increased cast speed, because that helps with the Twisted Heart and Prism Wraps combination. A stun chance to shotgun hit, that's not all that important, but still it's pretty good. Alright. Let's just run away from that Profane Flesh, because that's pretty bad. It hits quite hard with range damage. Yeah, look at that telegraph. Profane Flashes are pretty hard, but I've encountered more of them in the campaign than I am in monoliths. I think you encounter them in other monoliths more. Not a lot of mobs with necrotic damage, because you can see my poison resistance is 11% and my necrotic resistance is 40%. So yeah, but it's just working for me because not so many mobs with necrotic damage, not so many mobs with poison damage in this game. I think we'll get more mobs with necrotic damage in the later chapters of the game, the ones that are missing from the game right now, just because you have all that story with the Emperor of the Immortal Empire and whatnot, right? So I have some undead enemies to fight still. Oh, so actually this is where the monolith ends again. So it doesn't always end in Orbis nodes, but sometimes it just doesn't go ahead. Okay, so let's start building up maybe some stability for Gaspar as well. We have this 57% increased movement speed and damage. A chance to dodge, that's like 40% item rarity, that's not a lot. Let's see what else we can get right now. We need 300 more stability. 111% increased health. No, I don't think that's gonna help. Here is the one with the increased health and damage, 96%. Increased health and focus on attacking players. Yeah, I feel you, but I don't know what to say. 90% increased health and focus on attacking players, again for 3 echoes. I think we're going to do this one with the 45% resistance, just to see how much stability we're going to get from 1 echo. Because I actually want to get like 1000 stability in case we die at Gaspar, and we lose some stability, of course, and we don't want to mess up all the modifiers we got by doing another echo and losing them. So we have to tread carefully here, because I don't think I can stack just 3 plus health and damage modifiers on top of each other. That's a bit extreme. And for sure Gaspar would one-shot us when he's rotating, casting those elemental spells. So let's get closer to that for now. At least we don't have that void enemies plus 270% increased damage modifier. That's still good. Okay, we're getting closer now. So what do we have up to this point? 45% to all resistances, increased movement speed and damage, and chance to dodge. 57% increased movement speed and damage, yeah. So I'm just afraid that the damage at Gaspar would be too high with 2 plus health and damage modifiers on top of each other. So I have to balance that somehow, because right now we are 367% item rarity, which is just too low. We would need ideally 500. I'm sure we need to go slow and not die in any other monoliths, because if you do, we'll lose the stability. And yeah, we could have been doing Gaspar already tonight, but because I died due to some very bad modifiers, then yeah, it's a fine balance. It's a fine balance between getting enough item rarity at Gaspar and actually being able to survive and get that stability in time. I don't know what to say, man. Let's just see how much stability we got by doing this echo. Let's just get out of here. We're not doing all the bonus stability, we just don't care about that. It's just wasted time, in my opinion. So we have to see how much stability we have right now, and see how much item rarity we can stack on top of what we already have. So basically we would have room for two more echoes, which should be like 80 something and 90 something percent, 170. Yeah, we would get to 500%, but we are at 700 stability right now. So what I would like to do is, we have this 96% increased health and damage, and we also have another one with, we have 3 of them actually, 96% increased damage. But we also have one with 80 something, 89% increased health and damage. So let's try and do this one without dying. Maybe also try to get some of the bonus stability, and then we'll get the other one with 96% increased health and damage. Oh man, it's gonna be insane. So let's be careful now. Oh no, we're getting spires. That's too bad. Let's be careful the spires ban and not pull too many mobs. Because if you get hit, man, just imagine the old one into something like this. I would have died all the time. because you also need survivability. You can't just go and do terrible damage, big numbers. In the long run, you do more damage if you don't die all the time and you're there for a longer time. You do damage, right? And this is masochism right here. And the guys in the other streams were playing the masochist game style. No, this is too much. So I don't think we're going to be able to do it like this. There is actually a difficulty level in the game called Masochist. Once you finish the campaign, you can play that game style. And yeah, it's basically enemies do twice as much damage, 100% increased damage, something like that. And you have 50% less health. I don't know, some people enjoy that. I guess I'm a bit of a masochist as well, playing with these modifiers, trying to increase my my item rarity, let's say. That's the bust. No, so I don't think it's going to work like this. Maybe this one, increased health, but I'm not sure I'm able to do it. Well, we can at least try, right? Let's try this one as well with 96% increased health and damage. Yeah, at least here we have to kill some controlling mobs, so we don't have to dodge the spires as well while fighting mobs with 100% more health and damage. That's a bit more reasonable. We can set our own pace here and not just try to avoid spire attacks all the time. So let's try and focus now. There, Boon, how is that druid going? You're playing right now? What level are you? So still a primalist, because yeah, you choose the mastery at the beginning of chapter 4. Gotta get those 20, I think, or 24, 25 points in primalist base class, and then just respec, you keep 20 and use the other points in the druid tree once you get to the beginning of chapter 4. You get to the end of time, you do that quest stuff, and then you can choose your mastery. And after that it gets more interesting, but yeah, I'm not sure about the design choice of the game, because people just want to play the mastery, right? And you just spend like 3 chapters playing the same class. And yeah, I agree, it's kind of boring at the beginning. So at about level 24, 25, you get to choose your mastery. So just doing your old build, or you found some build online that speaks to you? What is it that Mike, the developer of Last Epoch from the stream, is playing? A squirrel primalist, something like that. That's like squirrel minions. But druids, I guess, are more about shapeshifting and less about minions, right? Demonic stuff or static. Chance to shock on hit. I don't know about that. I'm not picking anything that doesn't have to do with my own class I'm playing right now. Because, yeah, I won't take these to my grave. I won't take this to multiplayer. So it doesn't matter. So as long as you don't have spires, I see this is going a bit better. Oh, he almost killed me, the drum visage, so yeah, right. Just one mob, nothing else attacking me. So what are you trying to do? Could you elaborate a bit? What are you going for with your build? I'm not very familiar with druids, I just played the Werebear druid, which went for attack speed and critical strike chance. I think that was about it. It was my first build, or my first character I ever played in Last Epoch, really. Yeah, so these arrows on the map are just useless, I guess. The patrolling mobs are somewhere down there, actually. Yeah, Werebear, exactly. But I think it changed a lot since May last year. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I think I went for health regeneration on hit. And that's why I focused on attack speed. And of course critical strike chance, because I had something with health regeneration either on hit or on critical hit, something like that. And of course I wanted to hit as often as possible to regenerate my health. And or to crit, I don't remember exactly, but that was what I was playing. I only got it to like level 45 or whatever you had when you finished chapter 8. At that time the campaign had 8 chapters. But it's a good first class to play, or second class, especially if you enjoy the Blade Dancer as well. It's kind of comparable, I guess, but it doesn't have any ranged attacks or anything like that. I think the bear itself has a leap or charge, something like that. Get closer to the enemies, so that's good. Sure it is. It's RPGs. You can't have it all. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Then everybody would play Werebear, right? Or whichever class offers damage and sustain. Yeah, Blade Dancer is a bit like the Assassin in Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. It's cool, nice damage, but at the end of the day it's a melee class and it doesn't have enough survivability to do that properly. But it looks cool, I'll give it that. Diablo 2, Blizzard Sorcerers for me, Necromancer, any day man. So in this game I'd also like to try out a Necromancer at some point, because I'm kinda done with the Sorcerer, and it's good. It's a pretty balanced class for what it offers. They did a good job with the Sorcerer. I'd like to try the Acolyte, both Necromancer and Leech. See how that works. And maybe just for fun a Hammer Smite Paladin. You can get one of these in this game too. The one in Diablo 2, the Hammer Din, was just so expensive. Yeah, you can't just go for damage in this game in Last Epoch. It's just too hard. You need a lot of survivability, and funnily enough, resistances are, I think, overrated. Don't really need to go for resistances, but actually go for armor and or endurance, and yeah, higher endurance threshold as possible. It's hard, there are many affixes in this game. Luckily you have that more deterministic crafting, which is good. But still, even with this deterministic crafting and overhaul system, it's pretty hard, because you don't have a lot of forging potential. Some people actually prefer the old crafting system where you would just upgrade affixes, and at some point the item would break, but it wouldn't break rendering it unusable. It would just break and you wouldn't be able to upgrade it. In my opinion, it was a bit simplistic. I like the new crafting system, let's say. But still, there are so many affixes and shard types that I'm not sure. I find it hard to craft something to my liking. And yeah, it's hard to get both survivability and damage on the same item. Just because you normally only have 2 prefixes and 2 suffixes. Maybe if you get lucky with the Glyph of Sacrifice, you get to free up a slot and get that 5th affix, lower level 5th affix, but that's about it. So my inventory is kind of full of crap as always. So guys, really anything that's exalted and doesn't have to do with my current class can just go, because I'm not going to use these anytime soon, until multiplayer, that's for sure. I'm just going to keep uniques I don't have. Let's actually see here. So we're on step. Yeah, we already have it twice. I like that. Minus 75% physical resistance, man. What the hell is that? So I can just throw this away, especially since we don't have any legendary potential. Calamity, I think I have it a billion times. So add Calamity. A+ in spelling, right here. Winner of the spelling team is cool. Yeah, we can just put it here with some legendary potential. Dark Stride, whatever this is. Dark Stride. It's weird that I have to like retype this. So movement speed, Void Cleave. This is for the Void Knight, I suppose. Melee Void damage, increase movement speed. Yeah, that's pretty nice for the Void Knight. We can just replace it with this one with legendary potential. Let's also get rid of some keys. I promise I'll finish with boring you guys in just a second. I'm just throwing away exalted items because I don't care anymore. This is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty good for me, but I have the Twisted Heart of Icarus already. So yeah, I just put it here. Maybe at some point when we are going to turn this baby into a legendary item, then yeah, I can use this one as the base, you know, because in the forge, in the Temporal Sanctum after Bichura, you can, yeah, you need a second exalted item of the same slot as the legendary item with legendary potential, as the unique item with the legendary potential, and one of the affixes on the exalted item will get transferred to legendary potential, or more if you have more than one legendary potential, of course. Just reminding you guys in case someone here doesn't know how that works. Wow, 98% increased health and damage. Oh man, I'm gonna get greedy and get this one again, or maybe not. Or maybe not. Let's not get greedy. You know what happens when I get greedy, right? So let's just see here. No damage and health modifiers, please. This one with the enrage, and you can see it has 62% increased item rarity. We currently have 463, and with 62 on top we get 520 something increased item rarity, and that's really enough for what we need. Let's not get all the plus health and damage modifiers at the same time. I did this in my past when I was younger. And I do not recommend it. Oh man, smoldering Liprax. Those are the exploding dinosaurs I'm so afraid of. Come on. But let's not forget, we already have 96% increased health and damage for all mobs. Because you already got that modifier. Now I'm just going to try and pick up unique items that I don't have just for the collection. I don't care about exalted items, the purple items anymore. Because I'm not going to use them on any single player classes anytime soon, that's for sure. And these void clerics are kind of nasty because you have to approach them. They have this high ranged attack, avoid explosions. Snowblind, 2 legendary potential, cold resistance, freeze rate multiplier, chance to chill on hit with cold skills. You cannot be blinded. Level 10. Well, if it's level 10, I would have expected 3 legendary potential, not only 2, but hey. The lower the unique level is, the higher the chance to get more than 1 legendary potential on it. Just so you guys know. Yeah, and you're very sure if you're interested in multiplayer when it hits, we'll be playing together on stream with other viewers as well. So if you'll be interested to join, if you'll still be around, then we'll like make a poll or something like that. And we'll just have to see how multiplayer looks, right? We'll see if they add the lobby, something nice like that. But I guess it will work if you add like friends on Steam. And you can just invite people to the game. Not to see how it works, but I'm really looking forward to you also playing with some of our viewers live in multiplayer. And I'm actually looking forward to see what the class synergies will be. What groups will be more powerful and which not. I guess everybody will want the paladin in their party. I think paladin in this game also has some auras and stuff like that. I'm very sure. So what's this frame rate drop again? Let's also monitor the frames per second, because man, I'm telling you, a lot of people on Steam at the reviews, they are bummed about the performance. And like people with 2080 Titan graphics cards, people with 3070, 2080 graphics cards, so not really light systems or anything like that. Yeah, I don't trust games developed in Unity. Optimizing in Unity is really a pain. The only kind of well optimized games are the ones made with in-house engines. Path of Exile, the Diablo games, sure, Grim Dawn and all that. And yeah, you'll say Path of Exile isn't optimized, man, because yeah, but Path of Exile can kind of render peasant mobs on your screen with progressive level of detail, so it can lower the level of detail on the fly dynamically if you want to keep a certain, if you want to keep it above a certain frame rate per second. The only bad thing about the performance of Path of Exile is that it hits your GPU very, very hard. The GPU gets heated to max level all the time. So I've never seen this legendary item before. Legacy of the Quiet Forest. I shit you not, I never seen this before. Armor, void resistance, poison resistance while transformed. Plus 20 rage gained every 3 seconds while in Spriggan form. Yeah, this is actually a druid item. Pretty nice. I think nobody really plays Spriggan form for Druid, and I think it's a shame because yeah, Spriggan form is kind of underrated, but I think it's pretty good. It's better than the better form. But of course, everybody wants to live cool, so it's only understandable. So where's the Gate of Sacrifice again? Kind of wasting time here. Let's get the Caspar already. And let's not forget the modifiers we have. Sometimes I tend to forget that myself. And I get remembered about it the hard way by dying like a fool. Because I know the mage is always screaming fools, fools whenever kills more mobs. But I think the biggest fool is me. If I forget which modifiers I'm currently running. It's always good to remind myself about that. I tend to get reckless very quickly. It's just the class I'm playing, you know. Just run around, teleported, yeah, do some crit. Throw out the big static orb, kill them all, but after a certain corruption level, and when you get loaded on difficult modifiers, not that fun anymore. I just kind of wish for a class with more survivability than this one. But sure, the biggest survivability is a cautious playstyle. Because this isn't Path of Exile to just kill 1000 mobs all the time. I've seen like guys on YouTube or yeah, just trying to play nasty folk like Path of Exile, just trying to gather all the mobs in the monolith and then just try to one-shot them. And sure, that works at lower corruption levels or in the normal monoliths. But when you get to the empowered monoliths and over, let's say, 200 corruption, then that doesn't work anymore, man. I was doing it too at the beginning, you know. Pretty fun. You can clump them up and just throw static over them. And they all died, but not anymore. Those days are gone, man. I have to start another class to remember that this game can be easy too. Let's just get out of here because it's so depressing. I kill them so slowly, and they one-shot me or two-shot me. Alright, so I think we're ready for Gaspar. What do you think, guys? I think we are. 941 stability. Oh man. Yeah, but if we die once at Gaspar, then we have to redo the modifier configuration from scratch. So we could have farmed some more bonus stability first, but let's try it like this. Let's go like this. See what happens. He hits too hard when he's rotating. I have to be really careful. This fight is going to take a while. You're gonna summon the void now. Try it. Is he summoning the void again now? I don't think so. I think next time. We need to kind of conserve our mana to use the flame ward as well. Yeah, we can just use both charges of flame ward now. It's good. Let's hope we don't get hit by these whirlwinds either. Now he's gonna summon the void. Oh man. I was out of flame ward charges. Thankfully he doesn't hit that hard. I've seen worse when he's rotating. I can kind of compensate with a potion if I have to. Yeah. Yeah, we have to charge his full flame ward, no problemo. Maybe we can get him until he gets to rotate again, but I don't think so. Just see. Can like throw the kitchen sink at him. I think we can get him until he gets to, or not. Let's not hurry. Let's not hurry, guys. And surgical precision, guys. Good stuff. Because if we died, we would lose like 50 stability, and we had 941. And that would mean we don't have enough stability to do Gaspar again. We need to do another Echo, and we would have lost 2 of the 5 modifiers we had. And yeah, it just have been a mess when it comes to the increased item rarity, because you see, this is like the percentage you need to actually have a chance at the Ravenous Void Gloves or faster than normal. So let's just update the info here. 105 kills for Gaspar, no gloves. And I just know that these unique gloves here will be the Sacrificial Embrace for the 21st time. I don't even care about that. Yeah, Sacrificial Embrace again. So I think this game is really broken when it comes to the Corruptions for the Ravenous Void. And yeah, it's been a nice experiment, but after 150 Gaspar kills, which we'll get by the end of the summer for sure. Until multiplayer hits, I think I'll just practice leveling up another class. Because this has been kind of a waste of time, just hunting for the Ravenous Void Gloves. But we've had fun, up to this point at least. So not all is lost. Let's do one more Echo, and then we'll take a 10-minute break to weep and wipe a tear from the corner of our eyes when we're thinking about what we're doing with our lives. This is actually also a template for an arena, I think, right? But you don't get arenas like this in the last stream monolith. Man, those crabs are not going away, are they? But looking on the bright side, if we finish this Echo, actually, preferably without dying, we get rid of the modifiers. I don't remember which they were, but I think at least one of them was pretty nasty. I think the one with the 96% increased health and damage. Just have to see afterwards. Man, but they take ages to die. These crabs especially. When it comes to health, modifiers or anything like that, less damage taken, yeah, it's just... Yeah, I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back. because yeah, if you look at these modifiers, so not much you can do. Let me just turn the webcam off so you can see here enrage and half health, 96% increased health and damage, 45% to resistances, increased movement speed and damage, dodge, so those crabs were also impossible to hit. And enemies have 250% more health and damage. This is only the base modifier, so you can imagine. Guys, see you in 10 minutes. Take a break often, don't forget. And watch the stream while standing at your desk if you can. That's also something I recommend. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so actually I've been thinking about this sector we just died in my smoke break. And I think if we don't get crabs we'll be alright. And we also get rid of this 96% increased health and damage modifier, also a chance to dodge modifier. So we're going to try it again and hope we get better mobs and hopefully not spires. Void amalgamation is good. Let's see. Just do it slowly, no hurry. Last Epoch is a slower game in the vein of Grim Dawn and all that, which is something I love actually. Well, it's not that slow, but with these modifiers, you can imagine. It is what it is. It takes me 20 seconds to kill one bear, so yeah. Wow. This guy actually teleports. The void husk, Jesus. I would imagine myself playing hardcore, not at this difficulty level at least. And the psychos, they didn't say how long they're going to be. But this is a question from YouTube. They said that they are preparing for rollout schedule of every 3 to 4 months for new content. We know Diablo 2 Resurrected has 4-month season, of course, just like Diablo 2. And Path of Exile has 3-month leagues. Diablo 3 has 3-month season, I think. But yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected has 4-month season just because that's what Diablo 2 had as well. And that's just a remake of the game. Or probably 3-month cycles, I think it's enough for Last Epoch. If they can provide significant content updates every 3 months, that is. PhD. And sure, people will tell you in the in-game chat in Last Epoch or whatever, yeah man, this game works with any type of build. But the people telling you this didn't get to at least 300 corruption in the game. When the really bad modifiers start to hit in. Because Van, you really need some cookie cutter viable builds to do that. It doesn't just work with any build. So I can foresee, if I'm putting my tinfoil hat on my freshly shaved head, that yeah, we're going to see a lot of balance changes in the months to come, especially after multiplayer hits. We're going to see a lot of nerfs. And actually it's going to be interesting to see what EHG's philosophy is when it comes to balancing. Do they prefer to just nerf overpowered classes? Do they also buff meme masteries like the Spellblade? We'll have to see. It's actually exciting to be part of a game that's still being developed, and what I can tell you from what I've seen, 250 hours played of this game, is that EAG really thought of some robust systems for the futures, which also will ease up their development. They'll just need to add new stuff like new modifiers, new map templates, new mob types, whatever. But basically, all the systems are in place for a good and robust endgame. Itemization is also pretty good, even though it relies a bit too much on uniques, and many uniques are just for niche builds really. Wow, look at how much health that Void Amalgamation has. Jesus. This is gonna take a while. Wow. So it also has a chance to dodge, also has 45% all resistances. Okay, done. Since we already died, not much stability to be had, so let's just get out of here and get rid of the other two modifiers which plagued us. So hopefully the next echo will be a bit easier, depending on which modifier we choose for that. Not too many discovery ecos around, so yeah. Maybe I'll just reset it at some point. 98% increased health and damage, no thank you. I'm not going that way anytime soon. So let's maybe just go here to the left. Increased health. Wow. And increased damage, no thank you. Heal, this one looks pretty good. Dodge, movement speed and damage. 50 less damage, deadly. Yeah, let's just go this way. It's pretty good. Bracket flit, so no arenas just yet. Thank God. God keep me from arenas and spire echoes, please. I wanna have a quiet Saturday evening for a change. Yeah, we're missing common hours around here. He's having a concert in Nebraska. He's going to Nebraska every weekend now. I guess he'll grow to love it. Unless until they change their legislation, because you heard what happened in the States, I'm sure, with the Roe versus Wade overturning. I'm not going to say what that means, because maybe it's a word that Twitch doesn't tolerate. But basically, if Nebraska will change their laws, I'm not sure common hours will be singing there again. But then again, I'll have to ask him on Monday what he thinks about that, because from what I've seen, 26 states at least are looking to change their legislation, since they can change it now locally when it comes to, well, you know what that means. I'll just say it on abortion, yeah. 26 states already want to change their laws on abortion, and it's a problem, because you would say, well, I live in the US, so what if I live in a state that bans abortion? I'll just travel to another state and do an abortion there. Yeah, okay. But think you're living in Georgia and you have to fly all the way to New York. That's expensive, man. Not to mention pay for the abortion as well. Or if you just live in the Midwest like Nebraska and you have to fly for 3-4 hours to the Pacific Northwest, not to mention California, where you'll be able to do that. And the Pacific Northwest is what? Oregon, Seattle, so the state of Washington, and also British Columbia. Idaho maybe? I'm not sure. But the Midwest is fucked, man. The Midwest is fucked. And not to mention like Texas and all that, yeah. It's a shame Texas, for such a rich state, they have all those crazy laws, man. Also when it comes to weapon banning and all that stuff. Yeah, see how easy I killed the Husk of Elder Panion now just because we got rid of this modifier, so it's something else, I'm telling you. Okay, let's get out of here, let's continue with the echoes. I think we found a nice route with nice, easy modifiers to get that stability, and also to explore the web a bit further to the north. And at some point we'll just reset it with the vessel of memory node, no problemo. Let's just go on with dodge, I think it's okay. Well, we're going to have dodge and resistances again, so maybe they'll be just more difficult to hit. We'll see. And actually, do excuse me, let me turn this music off a bit, because I'm turning the volume of the music a bit louder when I'm going on breaks, just so you guys don't get bored or fall asleep. But then I forget to turn it back down. I'm just speaking here like a madman, and you cannot hear me properly. Still learning, still learning. This stream is now 4 weeks old. Yeah, almost 1 month. And good thing to note, next week on Thursday and Friday, the stream will be offline, because I'll be having some kind of team building event sometime somewhere around Berlin, something like that, the entire day, and I'm not sure of the time when I'll be back home. So just for good measure, the stream will be cancelled. The weekly stream starts at 5:30 p.m. Central Europe time, that's 11:30 a.m. East Coast time. And yeah, sure, if I get home a bit later, I might be able to stream for a bit, but not to the regular schedule. It's something I'll put in the info on the screen next week, and I'll tell you about that again for sure, just so we don't forget. Yeah, so this is the Void Fused Earth. They said in a development update that they will change the model for this, and also the attacks will be kind of the same, but they'll look different. So he won't attack, the ranged attack won't be a volley of missiles overhead, but it's going to be something on the ground, actually, looking like a seesaw turning. Looks pretty cool in the animation. Let's see how it will look in game. This will also come with 0.9. Yeah, so this is the Void Fused Earth. And it's true, it doesn't really look like a void mob, it looks like other giant type mobs. So it's nice that we're thinking of these little details, making the mobs seem more, you know, specific to a void mob than to a generic stone giant mob. So I have to find the boss here. Yeah, a bit less stability in this echo, just because we're closer to the start and not at the edge of the web itself. But we also did a lot of nodes at the edge of the web already, and I don't want to reset them just yet because we still have a way to go. We have to basically discover the entire web, as we're not looking to reset it just yet. We have 2 vessels of memory available to reset the existing echoes without resetting the entire web and starting from scratch, starting from the starting point. Which is preferable, because then, in this case, we can get more stability faster. It still takes a while, but hey, it's the rules of the game. It's house rules. If you want to play, you obey the rules, it is what it is. Oh, he's far away, isn't he? And doing the bottom stability, which I tried to do in the beginning, because I was thinking I'm getting more stability that way, is actually a waste of time, because you get more stability by just completing echoes, going straight for the objective, and you also get some bonus stability anyway, because you have to kill mobs on the way. So it's the best option. The best option is just to do echoes closer to the edge of the web, which grant you more stability from the start. Oh, let's be careful, these visages. Enemy insane. So that's done. Bone Scythe. +7 to all attributes. I guess this is something for the Lich. Melee physical damage. I don't even know what kind of damage the Lich does. I guess he does close range damage with the Scythe, but he has a lot of AoE. dots. They just float around, put dots on everything, and just wait for the mobs to die. I'd actually like to play an AoE damage type of mastery for a change, because this mage is more about surgical precision. Especially as I've done it with the lightning blast that hits single targets instead of chaining. It's good to pinpoint the exact enemy you're trying to hit, but on the other hand, it gets kind of boring after a while. Increased health, are you shitting me? Heal, increased movement speed and damage. High health enemies take 50% less damage, enemies are deadly. Just slow on hit and heal. Okay, maybe we'll go to the chest to slow on hit first. Docklands Arena. Well, what modifiers do we have? Dodge, heal, slow on hit, enrage. Well, it's not that bad. We can do an arena, I think. What happens if I don't move in an arena? Does it start anyway? I guess not. Let's look for a shrine first. It's easy peasy, man. Increases experience gain on kill, that's great. We're going to get level 103 very soon. Just joking, just joking. The max level is 100, which we already have. We should just remove increased experience gain on kill shrines once you get to max level, and also remove that XP bar, which for some reason keeps adding experience to it even though you've reached max level. I just find it kind of I find it kind of funny actually. Hey, beta is better, right? Wow, this is actually pretty hardcore. Lots of voice fused earth, and let's not forget they also heal. If we don't hit them in a while, and if we have like 1000 mobs on the map, and we can't hit them all. Not with this class. That's why I was saying I'd like an AoE based class for a change, because this one is great for bosses. It's a good boss, or let's say. You hit where you want to hit. That's great. Still, when it comes to arenas, it's just too surgical. Oh, get me out of here! Big static orb. Big static orb. Boom! Oh man, Void Fused Herb just keeps healing, as I was telling you. Let's get some mana now. Let's kill that Void Fused Herb. This one too, come on. There we go. Oh, that wasn't too hard. Could have been worse. We actually stop and do some push-ups every hour instead of going for a smoke. Right, so in this case, let's try and go to the right. High health enemies take 50% less damage. Well, it is what it is. But we can go to the right to the slow on hit, which I don't care about really. Slow on hit modifier. Whoop! Void touched. Scholars. Lots of them, and they always focus me, of course. Who else? But what with this Void Usurp? I haven't seen on the entire monolith, and now every echo I get into has Void Usurp. Let's just put some Berlin techno on, as the tradition on the stream is whenever it's Saturday evening we do some Berlin party style as well. So let's just look for some techno station here. Hard dance. Techno is the way to go. It's the preferred party music here in Berlin. Not that I'm a big fan, but hey, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. That's kind of hardcore techno. It's called Split Brain. Turn it up a bit. And let's continue. Turn the game volume a bit down. Ooh, a unique wand. I have this already, Cinder Song. That's great for fire mages for sure. But it has one LP, so if it has one LP, I'll take it. Maybe the ones I have don't have any LP at all. I kinda doubt it. I have so many uniques, I have so many exalted items, and we'll just start from the beginning when multiplayer hits. It's kind of a bittersweet. I can't wait for the multiplayer to hit, but that's kind of a bittersweet feeling. I don't expect everybody to be just playing cycles. Just as not everybody is playing seasons in Diablo 3, I guess. We'll just have to see what the AG's vision for cycles will be. If they will add like very different mechanics that will then translate to the core game. Well, I don't think so. So, that is kind of unique in that regard. But you know, not everybody wants to play leagues and seasons and start all over every 3 months. Not everybody has time for that, I guess. Not everybody likes to do races all the time. But yeah, Diablo 2 has had a good season systems as well, because they could just add season specific runes, so season specific items, because if you put the combination of runes into the sockets in the exact same order, then you get like, I guess, the equivalent of a legendary item for Diablo 2. And some items you could only get, or some runes you can only get by playing the seasons. So maybe we'll just add some specific shards, for example, some specific affixes to each cycle here in Last Epoch, or we'll add specific uniques, because this game seems to revolve around uniques. I'm just glad set items are not that important, because we kind of ruined Diablo 3 with just making everything revolve around set items. Which is only normal, because that game originally released, Diablo 3 originally released with a real money auction house where you could buy items for real money. They removed that after 2 years when they released Reaper of Souls. And sure, set items and itemization that revolves around set items works if you have a real money auction house, because you get people to spend money on the items on the auction house. just because we're missing a specific item from a set. And sets were kinda, yeah, OP in Diablo 3, kinda overpowered. So guys, remember I multi-stream. Twitch is the main channel, let's say, but I also stream on my YouTube channel, on Facebook Gaming and on Trovo. So if you are watching from any of those platforms, theoretically, I have a little window here that says multi-stream chat, and I can see what you're writing to me in the multi-stream chat. So if you want to ask a question, because I see some people are watching on YouTube as well, don't be shy, just write over there. And if it doesn't work, if I don't respond, then it means I can't see it in this window. And then you can just write a comment to me on YouTube on any of the videos, I'll see it. And I'll try to keep open the YouTube chat as well when I'm streaming, because otherwise in my Streamlabs OBS I cannot see the chat from other platforms I'm streaming on, which is a real shame. I just have to open the window for YouTube chat as well. Actually, you know what, I'll just do it right now. So just give me a second, and I'll just open the chat window for YouTube as well, because we have an option to pop out the chat. Go to YouTube Studio. Or I can just go to my own stream here. You know what? I'll just put it on. Huh? Let me just pop out the chat here. So you can see this is the chat from YouTube Live. I'm not sure if I have to keep watching or I can just if I'm writing like here, test. In my Streamlabs OBS, yeah, I cannot see anything. No, I actually can. I actually can, but I can see it only now because I've opened the chat. So yeah, sorry about that. I know it's not important for you guys, especially for the guys watching from Twitch. But it's just something I'm trying to understand. Since I've been streaming, I've bugged you guys with a lot of things I've been trying to learn, and I kind of started every stream with what I learned today, what is new for me, and I was pretty excited about things that, you know, for other Twitch streamers are probably the norm, something that maybe knowing for a long time. I can just see that there isn't a lot of information on the web on how to do this and that on a stream. Maybe more information for Twitch streams, but as some of you know, I've been streaming on YouTube Live before only, and yeah, not a lot of information about how to do this and that over there. And I kind of expanded my area of expertise, let's say, I'm also streaming on various platforms, which is something I recommend to any new streamer, because, you know, you can see here on Twitch there are like, I don't know, 3-4 viewers right now, and thank you for that, guys. But then you get 3-4 viewers on YouTube. You got maybe one person watching on Facebook Gaming. I don't know who's watching Facebook Gaming, to be honest, but hey. There's also a platform called Trovo where I multi-stream, and Trovo is a platform from Tencent. We're trying to kind of copy Twitch. Not sure how much traction you get over there, but it's the platform most resembling Twitch from all the others. I don't know, you just get like 10 viewers in total, something like that, reactions, impressions, and that's good. That's good to get your stream out there, get your face out there. So if you can multi-stream, there are several options to do that. One of the options is multi-stream IO. And yeah, for example, I'm a Streamlabs guy, Streamlabs from Laboratory, Streamlabs. As to Streamlabs OBS, so their version of the OBS Studio, and you also have the option to multi-stream there. So we still didn't do the objective. We have to get to that void gate somehow. Here we go. Whoa. So, Yarvun, if you're still there, I actually wanted to ask you, Yarvun, if I thought you said you played Diablo Immortal, and I was just curious what your honest opinion about the game was, because I didn't even try it. I didn't really want to spend any money or anything like that. And yeah, if you've played it, because I think you've mentioned that Diablo Immortal is also one of your favorites, like Last Epoch is. I just wanted to know if the pay to win, let's say, is really that bad as the entire internet says, or if they're just exaggerating. Because I haven't played Diablo Immortal myself. I don't think I will really. But in the meantime, until Yarvun gets a chance to respond on chat, let's see. So we are at 608 stability. Red armor on hit is good. High health enemies, I don't know about that. But let's just do this one if the enemies heal first. Let's do this one with the heal, then this one with the shred armor on hit. And just see where the item rarity gets us for Gaspar. I don't think it's going to be over 400%, to be honest, this time around. But you could see with over 500% item rarity, yeah, some pretty good drops, even unique gloves. But of course, these are not the gloves you are looking for, because we're not looking for the sacrificial embrace, which just seems to drop all the time in comparison. We're looking for the Ravenous Void. But really, it's just a way to pass the time. I've seen long time Last Epoch players, or people who have several hundred hours or even 1,000 hours in Last Epoch, while beating their time and waiting for the multiplayer to hit, we're just finding some objectives to do. Some Last Epoch players, veteran Last Epoch players already, like Lizard IRL or Perry the Pig, they just take part in Vision GL's tournament. Vision GL is also taking part, of course, since he organizes it every week. There is a random class selected with some specific skills that you should have on. And we just do a race over the weekend. Starts Friday evening and lasts until Tuesday, something like that, Tuesday end of day. And yeah, some people just do wave after wave of arenas and trying to get on top of the leaderboard. But the leaderboard has been overridden by bots. I don't even know where I can see the ladder. It's kind of funny. I used to know where the ladder can be seen. If you guys know, just let me let me in on it. Social. Show messages which contain Russian characters. No, thank you. Solo challenge, masochist challenge. You and your minions deal and take normal amounts of damage. Normal. Ah, okay. The solo challenge. Yes, okay. So I have actually seen people playing Last Epoch with solo single fan, and I just found it kind of funny because the game doesn't have trade yet, it doesn't have multiplayer yet, what solo single challenge, but then yeah, the shared stash, of course. So you get to choose these challenges whenever starting a new character, and Masochist challenge, you get it if you finish the campaign at least once. At least that's what the wiki for Last Epoch says. But it doesn't always have up-to-date information, because on Reddit I've seen some people claiming that they could choose the Masochist challenge even if they didn't finish the campaign, just because they prefer to start alts all the time. And also on Reddit, I've seen that one of the developers, the developers and guys from EAG are actually very active on social media platforms, on Reddit as well. They respond to community questions. They're very nice. And yeah, that developer said that the Masochist challenge was actually just a bad joke because he proposed it to the lead designer some years back, saying that the game is too easy. So the Masochist challenge basically doubles all mob damage in the campaign, and it also reduces your HP to 50% or something like that, or your damage I'm not sure. So it's very hard, and consider that in the campaign you're still fleshing out your character, you're fleshing out your build, so you don't have all the skills you have in the end game. And yeah, it's so while you're trying to build up your character, you do this Masochist challenge. I mean, it's aptly named Masochist. It's not just an exaggeration. So yeah, some people are playing Masochist, some people are just farming the Ravenous Void like I am, killing Gaspar a few hundred times or whatever. So people are just biding their time, until multiplayer hits. That's basically it. Because we all know when multiplayer will hit, everybody will play multiplayer or online characters, even if they won't play with other players all the time, for sure. And when multiplayer hits, we'll start from zero, so stash and characters will not carry over from single player. That doesn't mean we're going to lose them. Offline single player will still be a thing. We'll have all the characters and stashes and whatnot from single player. But once multiplayer hits, this won't carry over to multiplayer as well, where we'll spend most of our time. So man, we're just, biding our time, playing the game, keeping it fresh. Once we have more or less a date for the multiplayer, because I think they'll announce it maybe some weeks before or so, then I'll just practice my starter class for the multiplayer a bit also here in single player, and then we'll stop this nonsense with Caspar. But I don't think this will happen before September, to be honest. We'll have to see how fast they can actually roll out the multiplayer for all of us, because the multiplayer is in alpha. We are testing it also with external testers, some community testers, content creators and whatnot. But of course it's closed beta, it's under NDA, non-disclosure agreement, so they cannot really give us a lot of information of what's happening behind the scenes over there. What's this? The Gate of Sacrifice. Yeah, a lot of Void fans here, Void cultists and whatnot. So we're done now. And we're close to Gaspar, stability-wise. I think we need 200 more stability, but I'm also interested in the item rarity, so let's just see what's happening on over there. We're going to get rid of few modifiers soon. 420% increased item rarity. So I guess there is no escape. We'll have to do this 98% increased health and damage for five echoes. I'm almost weeping here. Oh, it's an arena. God help us. Ice Beetle to the rescue. Let's see what kind of mobs we get. Whoa. What is this, arachnid party hour? And yes, scorpions are arachnids. Arachnids are all insects that have 8 legs instead of 6. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's not a bug, it's bugs. How many waves? 17 waves. Jesus. It's gonna take a while. Peekaboo. I see you. And they see me too, because arachnids don't only have 8 legs, they also have 8 eyes. So 4 pairs of eyes. All looking at us. Horror Night. That's what I get because I'm listening to Berlin Tech now. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh. Only they could improve the performance somehow, but I really doubt it when it comes to Unity games. Unity engine is pretty hard to optimize, man. Since it's based on C#, what can you optimize in C#? If it were based on C++ like the Unreal Engine, then yeah. But C++ is manual memory management, garbage collection, so you can define everything in your code. But in this case, we'll have to see how developers from ESG can do. Because I think the biggest bottleneck in having more people enjoy this game is the performance issues. And I don't mean on low-end systems, I mean on high-end systems as well. And changing the detail level doesn't really change anything. Maybe you win like 4 or 5 frames per second. It really doesn't have any impact changing from very high to low, or the lowest details, which is really frustrating. Okay, we're almost there. Wave 16. Come on guys, come on guys. I know you can do it. Oh no, 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 not the void dust colors again. Focusing me. God damn it. Wave 17. Okay. Void heart. Let's get the void heart. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Wow. Are we still healing? Look at that list of modifiers. It's like a smorgasbord of modifiers. But at least we'll get rid of 2 of them after we finish the second, which I'm pretty confident we will. Let's not die like now at wave 17. And losing those 2 modifiers means we'll be able to add 1 more modifier with a bit higher item rarity, I guess. Let's see if we can actually do Gaspar with 500%-ish increased item rarity again or not. It's devotion. Yeah, this is the Hammerdin, the Hammer Smite Paladin amulet, but I already have it like 7 times, so it doesn't even make sense anymore to pick up things, only uniques I don't have. Because once multiplayer hits, we just stay in the space for single player, and that will be it. Okay, so let's look for modifiers. Increased health? Nah, I don't know about that. Because you already have 98% increased health and damage, and the base modifier is 250% more health and damage. So we need something else like Enrage or Deadly. Yeah, here we go. We get the Deadly one. So let's do this one. Deadly is pretty bad as well, because if they have not been damaged recently, that it gives 100% more damage dealt, but it's not increased damage. Yeah. So it doesn't actually double the entire damage. Oh, it's also an arena, god damn it. Well, let's try and do it. So, you know what I mean? With Gaspar, sometimes you cannot hit him all the time. Bees! This is the rare shining game. Bees are what you want in an arena. Look at them go. But they actually die when they attack. Yeah, so it's like in real life. Because you know, a bee, if it stings you, man, you must piss that bee pretty hard. Because in order for that bee to sting you, the needle of the bee is attached to its body. And in order to sting you, it's basically a kamikaze attack because it breaks her torso in half. So when a bee stings you, it dies as well. So man, you must really piss off that bee in order for it to sting you. Not to mention there aren't any more bees anymore. I don't know where they went, but also in Berlin, you know, people are wondering because the thing is, and now it's full of wasps. Wasps are not bees, wasps are bigger. They don't make honey, of course, and wasps or hornets are predators, yeah? And probably, ever so slowly, wasps have replaced bees just because they are stronger. Wasp is the natural enemy of the bee, and it's a bit higher on the food chain, to be honest. Just look it up on YouTube, like hornets or wasps attacking a bee's nest, and you'll see, man, the insect world is a brutal world. I wouldn't want to be an insect. Who does actually, right? So we get wasps instead of bees instead. Nowadays we only get to see bees in Last Epoch whenever we get a shine like this. Man, my potions are like... I'm going through this stuff like water, man. Yeah, we need some time to focus. Let's get out of here. Go. So in this tower arena, you can abuse these ledges here if you have mobility skill, teleport or the like. You can just abuse these ledges, and then the mobs won't come right at you, of course, because they have to go around. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work. Exhibit A, but it is what it is. When it works, pretty solid. See, now they have to go around to get you. You have time to regenerate mana or whatever. Have a beer, have a coffee, smoke a cigarette. Whoa, dudes! At least when I teleport, I leave 2 mirror images behind. Sometimes they taunt them, so they attack the mirror images instead of going straight for me, but it's not always the case, especially since there's a modifier with mobs with increased health, and also focus on attacking players, it says, and then of course mirror images don't do shit. Let's get yourself potions, here we go. And bye-bye. It's also weird when mobs are on stairs and you're, I don't know, either downstairs or upstairs, and your spell just go clip for the stairs, something like that. So I'm not sure if that's intended or to make you feel like the enemy has the upper ground, or it's just a bug, and kind of tend to think it's the latter, but it stays between us, okay? Let's just call it a feature, not a bug, right? Oh, we're full on potions. Wave 13, the last wave. Let's just get them. Let's just get them, guys. They won't get reinforcements this time around. Oh. And done. Oh, second arena? 2 arenas back to back and I didn't die once. So proud of myself. Okay. 951 stability. 487 increased item rarity. Yeah, we can replace this chance to slow on hit with something else, but not increased health and damage again. Seriously. 906 cycles completed. Okay. We'll get to 1000. Maybe not this month, but in July for sure. Ah, shred armor on hit. That's pretty good. 67% increased item rarity. So we actually get a chance to do Gaspar the second time tonight with 500% increased item rarity. The only problem for the arena. Yeah, it doesn't start well. So arenas also depend on the types of mobs you get. Of course. But at least this arena gives me plenty of space to run around and hide from ranged attacks around these pillars. That's pretty good. Yeah, come on over guys, come on over. Don't be shy. I've got electric energy for all of you, said no one ever in 2022. Oh man, funny guy over here. I'll show myself out. Experience gained on kill again. Why do they even spawn these shrines anymore in Turret Max level? How do these help? Especially in an arena, you're hoping for a good shrine for a change. Like increased mana regeneration, increased movement speed, increased critical strike chance. Then you get increased experience gained on kill. Wow, thank you very much. That's going to help me a lot. Well, this isn't... Oh my god. Oh my god, look at those go. Yeah, I have to hide behind pillars. This is my life now. Because if all of those ranged mobs focus me and fire at the same time, I'm toast. So much for Laborious the Sorcerer. Here we go. And those ranged void mobs are still there. They're still there, they're not going away. Let's actually try some of them because there's too many of them. Wow, only 12 waves. Thank you very much. It's done, right? Sometimes I just port through the portal before the echo is done. And then I have to do it all over again, of course. So actually, what is this set item? It's an amulet, the Invoker's Frozen Heart. Freeze day multiplier +1 multiplier. +1 to snap freeze. Increase freeze duration of snap freeze. Increase cold spell cast speed. 2 set. 14% increased elemental spell cast speed. Set. +1 to fire spells, lightning spells, cold spells. Set, but it doesn't say which other pieces are missing. Like, I know this is an amulet, so what else? For the free set, what is it? Amulet with 2 rings. Let's just check last epoch tools, just out of my own curiosity. Last epoch tools. Let's go to the item database. Invoker set. Invoker's Frozen House, Scorching Grasp, Static Touch. Ring. Yeah, okay. So amulet and 2 rings. Very nice, very nice. So at least that's done. Sometimes I ask these type of questions to myself, guys. Please forgive me. 525% increased item rarity. So exactly the same item rarity we had at the previous fight. This is good. Let's see if we can do it. But we'll have to damage Gaspar all the time, basically, because otherwise he becomes deadly and gets 100% increased damage. And you forgive me if I'm not talking a lot when fighting Gaspar, guys, but you know, the stakes are high. Oh, he also heals, so wonderful. He probably even became deadly already. I'm not talking a lot with fighting Gaspar, especially when the modifiers are shit. Because you know, the stakes are high. I want to get those gloves already, because it's been taking me already a month and a half. And I want to do something else for a change. I want to farm tier 4 Jura, I want to do arenas, I want to see the other two dungeons, which I haven't seen yet, Soulfire Bastion and Lightless Arbor. There's still a lot to do in the game, not to mention try out other masteries. So seriously. Drop those gloves already, man. Doesn't have a lot of health. It could be worse. Yeah, but if I have to run from the void, if I have to run and not get killed by the void, then he heals. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. Where is he? He's already enraged, he's already deadly. Oh, we don't have enraged, but he's already deadly. Plus 100% increased damage. And heal as well. Oh, we'll just have to make do with it. Not much we can do. So you see why this one is important. At bosses like Gaspar, I get up to 3000 ward, maybe even more. With the other one, because it stunted my cast speed by 30%, so a lot. I would have gotten 1500, maybe 1700-ish ward. So kind of a huge difference. This is why I prefer this one to the other one, even if the other one did give me a bit more. You just keep hitting him. Goodbye and good night, sweet prince. No gloves, so yeah. Change the info here. 186 kills. Going a bit faster now just because I get a lot of what's it called? A lot of stability. Yeah, exactly. Gaspar's inside. He always drops the Gaspar set. Nobody cares about that. Alright. Ooh, cosmetics. No, thank you. Not yet. It would be funny for them to start selling cosmetics before actually releasing the game. So I'd rather they release the game first and then make it charge me what they want. Okay, so deja vu, we've been here before, but let's go to, yeah, let's just go further on to the north, I guess. Or this one. Increase damage or critical strike avoidance, I don't even know. I think I'll go for this one with the damage. Guys, short break, don't go anywhere. 10-minute break and we'll be back with some more. See you soon. Okay guys, so let's try and explore this monolith further to the north now. And I'm actually thinking where I should go. I'll try and get this high health enemies deal increased damage for now. And try to reach the edge to the north as well. But from what I see, the meteor part is toward the edge at the bottom. At some point we'll use one of the 2 vessels of memory we've discovered to actually reset those echoes. Without resetting the entire web, of course. Just because those closer to the edge give us more stability. Increased damage over time. This looks increased poison damage. Looks pretty good for a lich, poison based lich. I would suppose the lich is based around dots, damage over time spells. Wow, look at this guy go. Sometimes they do weird death animations like that. I guess it's a ragdoll physics kind of thing. Let us be careful with this profane flesh. And the gate will spawn a second profane flesh as well. There we go. That's done. The good thing about being a lightning sorcerer is that you stun them all the time, so these desecrated fleshes don't actually get to do by whirling around. Because you just stun them all the time. Shock them if you will. But shock is a different thing. Shock is a stack, is a debuff that stacks up to 15. And you just do more damage the more shock debuffs an enemy has. So we'll probably go for third, just for kill for tonight, and we'll stop it there, but we'll see. Just so you guys know. Always getting lost in lost catacombs, man. An amulet, increase necrotic damage, increase minion damage, increase minion critical strike chance, cultist amulet, pretty nice. And the edge gate spawns the exploding dinosaurs, smoldering leaf packs, so we'll have to be careful. I think with the smaller leaf pack is it has a range attack as well, and of course explodes on left. So I wanna keep your distance there. Lots of undeath effects and animations and stuff like that. Astipok really isn't the easiest game around, I can tell you that. Yeah, so we'll just carry on in this direction. A good thing we didn't get the modifier with 45% critical strike avoidance from here, because we'll get one in this direction. It's not my favorite modifier because then not only I do less damage, but I also recharge my health slower because I get to crit like 50% less, and when the prisoner wraps robe I'm using doesn't do its effect, so I don't get my health back as often as I'd like to, or as I can. 17 waves. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Especially since I don't think you can rush an arena. So even if you own all the mobs, they still spawn on regular intervals, let's say. Not depending on how fast you kill the previous wave, I suppose. You cannot just own wave after wave at this difficulty level. 557 corruption and all these modifiers. Just look at the right side of the screen. It's been a while since I've done like easy mode arenas, that's for sure. Running out of mana now. That's pretty good. Wave 17 already. Well, it wasn't that hard, was it? I think that's done. Okay. Let's go for the 45% critical strike avoidance one. Not a big fan of this modifier, but it's the only way to get to the edge, or the northern edge. This web. Actually, I don't even know, but I don't think it's going to go like to the right afterwards. But we'll never know. Let's yeah, let's go ahead and get it. It is what it is. Only void horrors, alright. I can do that. Yeah, see, so I don't get to regenerate my health as often as I'd like to. And I have to rely on potions. Which is such a pedestrian thing to do, isn't it? But hey. But it is. I also spend more mana to kill them. Not ideal. It's going to be a bit slower. Especially since you have to kill not one, not two, but 3 trolling mobs. For sure, I still sometimes crit. While my spell critical strike chance is 74%, if I have 45% critical strike avoidance, that's basically 40% spell critical strike chance instead of 74%, and that really makes a difference. Yeah, see, so even if they're down the stairs, I think that the spells are just clipping through the stairs, which is not something I like necessarily. More of a bug than a feature then. So I guess let's go to the south now. And get at least one of those patrolling void horrors, if we can. Till they run away, please. Just too many void mobs. Just too many void mobs in between us and the patrolling mob. Now just going away. As I said, it's gonna take a while. And I can see him on the map like tantalizingly trolling and getting away, so yeah. Maybe let's go in this direction instead. Excuse me just for 1 second, I want to check something. Of course not when a lot of mobs are coming. Yeah, it's okay. Because I changed my internet connection on Friday and I gotta say, it's going better now. So the bitrate is actually... Yeah, the bitrate is very good. It's very good and stable, which is really a good thing. So sometimes you don't even have to run after them. Sometimes the patrolling mobs just come your way. I love it when that happens. There's only one left now. This map is actually full of void mobs and nothing else. Ah, he's coming around. Here we go. And let's get out of here. Till I change my mind. ability is slowly crawling its way up. Good. We get this one with the damage and shred armor on hit. That's always some good extra item rarity. Oh, 67% I think at this level. At this corruption level and modifier level, I mean. No, excuse me. That's what you get for smoking. Don't start smoking, kids. All right. And I guess this build is so good and I'm having so much fun playing it that I have to replicate it somehow when more player hits. I'd like to have it over in the online only mode as well. But I'm probably not going to start with it again. I'm going to start with another build first. Just to mix things up a little. Oh, one. Okay, so one. Of sleet. Probably has to do with breed and stuff like that. I think the fire sorcerer is also good, but it doesn't have as much crowd control as the shock one, as the lighting one has. Excuse me. So this one is actually good just because, okay, chill on hit, whatever. But it's good just because you can, all the other slots are empty, so you can just add whichever modifiers you want on it. Whichever affixes you want on it, I mean. Okay. Oh, it's not done, see? So it always pays to be careful with the color of the portal. And they also have a big green button here saying open portal when the echo is done. Because otherwise I would have gotten out of it and I would have had to start the echo all over. Just a waste of time. Sometimes happens to me, like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5% of the time, which is still a lot. And considering that it takes so long to get stability, to just attempt to Gasper once for the gloves, pays to be careful at anything that improves your efficiency now when farming that stability. But yeah, considering I've done over 900 echoes only in this monolith, farming for the Ravenous Void Gloves, and yeah, sometimes you just lose focus. Always get the Void Cleric first. Now we're done. Open portal. Good. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this experience, to be honest. But apparently we're close to level 102 now. Yeah, Dross release with 1 legendary potential, but I already have this dagger, I don't think we care about it anymore. Chance to shred armor or hit, 68% increased rarity, that's good. Increased health. Well, whatever works. But I don't see this path going to the east, going to the right, so I guess at some point we won't encounter an aura this node, but we'll just, no, it won't continue at some point. No new echoes. Only 1 venom spire, that's good, but we have the void fused bears, which are very dangerous. They have a very powerful hitting range attack. I don't really see them casting it, so they just cast it very fast, throw it at you. I'm very excited about the void fused bears, to be honest. But it is what it is, and we also have that critical strike avoidance on the mobs. We'll have to use potions to regenerate the health, I'm sure. And lots of void fused bears. And of course the Venom Spire not only hits with poison but also drops full of poison. And if you have 11% poison resistance as I do on this character, you don't want to step in that. But at least it's only 1, so only 1 Spire. Could be worse, could be 2. Or God forbid, could be 3. Not sure I'm going the right way, to be honest, but yeah, let's just get some more stability this way, killing some extra mobs. They're not all that dangerous, because we're kind of spread apart in the Wrecked Fleet. There's not a lot of room for mobs to stay clumped up like this. Affix. Okay. Kind of running out of mana, and this is because of the 45% critical strike avoidance modifier. I think it's going to be available only in this echo, and then it will expire. One can only hope. Yeah, see, so they have these missiles, and we just start shooting them at you randomly, without any warning, and they hit pretty hard. I mean the voice fused bears, yeah? Look at how much life this has. It's actually not the life, but it's the critical strike avoidance. Yeah. And what is the shade again? Increased cast speed? I guess Shade's Rune Quill of Deflection. I guess Shade is increased cast speed. Okay. Let's continue. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, almost there with Caspar, and we won't care much about the modifiers and item rarity this time around. It's going to be the last Gaspar run of the evening, and we're close. We need 900 stability, of course, for Gaspar, and we are at 125. I would have streamed longer, guys, but as I mentioned yesterday, I've filmed a scripted video for YouTube. Sometimes do these kind of things as well. And sure, editing takes a long time, and I'd like to release it tomorrow. This is the YouTube channel you can subscribe to. And yeah, it went pretty well. It's like an 10-minute talk really. But I still have to add some information to it, some pictures, all that stuff. You see me talking about different things. So I'd like to work on it a bit more tonight. That is before going to sleep, and yeah, trying to schedule it. Let's schedule the release for tomorrow. Trying to do a feature video on YouTube every Sunday, and yeah, I'm posting highlights of the stream, like talks, interesting talks we have on YouTube every day. So you can just subscribe to that channel to see a condensed version of the streams, because I know nobody has the time to watch a stream for 3 hours or an hour and a half, as the weekly streams are. You got your first key at level 4, or or you're playing the Blade Dancer now? What kind of key did you get? What's it called? I see. And the Blade Dancer is level 60 something? Yeah, Soulfire Bastion. 52, okay. Yeah, it was a pain at the beginning because these keys drop very rarely. But then we also added key drops to the monolith bosses as well. You can actually go into the dungeons when you're lower level too, because each dungeon has 4 tiers. The 4th tier being the level 100 area. But I think level 52. I guess you have to be level 55-ish for the first tier. I'm not sure. Just because with the 9 chapters we have released at the moment, you're around level 55 when you finish the campaign. So each dungeon you can just search on a wiki or something. I'm not sure where Soulfire Bastion is, but each dungeon is on the map in a specific era and in a specific area or region in the campaign itself. And you can use the key to get inside, and each dungeon has its own mechanics, let's say. For example, in the Temple Sanctum, you get to switch between, you just switch instantly between 2 eras, the Ruined Era and the Golden Era. And of course the dungeon changes based on which era you're in, and also the mobs you're fighting. In the Ruined Era you're fighting Void mobs, in the Golden Era you're fighting the Nagasa mobs from chapter 9. So those Nagas, the snake people. And you need to switch the period, let's say, because some doors in the corridors, they are locked in one era, but they are unlocked in the other era. So to progress, you need to switch constantly. And of course, the end boss has some mechanics that relate to switching eras as well. This is just the Temple Sanctum, the only dungeon I did, let's say, extensively, which involved this type of mechanic. Soulfire Bastion has another mechanic, and Lightless Arbor another mechanic as well. And you have to use those mechanics at the bosses too, of course. Very good ring. Very good ring. Try to see so myself. Shame it's a yellow ring. So this is the skittering gate. Oh yes, okay. I was expecting the smoldering reflex, the exploding dinosaurs to come. For some reason. I got nightmares about these guys. They killed me so many times. I'm just kidding. I never dream of let's say Epoch, but it's a pretty good game nevertheless. Let's see. Are we done yet? Are we done yet, guys? Come on. Yeah, we're done. And I guess it's Gaspar time. Let's see if we get to explore this this monolith any further or not. Yeah, excuse me about that. Just wanted to see something in the room. And yeah. So we can go ahead with this one. Dodge. I don't know about that. 423% increased item rarity. Oh, it's good enough for me, to be honest. And one of the modifiers is expiring in 1 echo, so it will expire here at Gaspar. Okay guys, so last Gaspar run for today's stream. But I stream here every day, except on Sundays when I'm working on the weekly YouTube videos, let's say. And just relaxing for a bit. So if it's sunny weather tomorrow, maybe we'll go to the beach, we'll see. Looking forward to that. Recharge my batteries. Yeah, he still has the critical strike avoidance modifier, which is a pain in the butthole. Yeah, it just says increased health, but not a lot of damage, so we are solid. Also, he doesn't get that annoying heal or becoming deadly or anything like that. So an easier Gaspar fight at the end of today's stream. Thankfully. Almost there, almost there. I know it's exciting. Yeah, just some self-defined objectives for until multiplayer hits. Because yeah, not that much to do, I guess. In game right now. But yeah, I won't hold my breath for actual release anytime this year. for cycles to start and all that good stuff. This is going to take 1 more year. I would say next spring or even next summer. But of course, depending on when Diablo 4 will hit, because they would like to release the game before Diablo 4 hits, I'm sure. To get kind of a player base in. So I don't see any gloves, guys. And so this is what perseverance looks like. This is what discipline looks like. Showing up every day to try and get the Gaspar a couple more times. Unfortunately, it doesn't depend on us. What depends on us is to, you know, come on over and try to find Gaspar as often as we can with the highest item rarity we can. Hope for that drop. This is what loot-driven RPGs are all about, isn't it? So guys, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this little new stream based around Last Epoch on your Saturday evening. And we'll see each other on Monday, but don't be shy, come on over on YouTube as well. I'll try to release the video I've been working on this weekend tomorrow at around noon Central Europe time. And we'll meet again on the stream on Monday at 5:30 p.m. Central Europe time, 11:40 a.m. East Coast time. See you then. Have a great weekend, guys. Talk to you soon. Cheerio. Bye bye.